Keith, are you buying or selling any of these big FAANG names and amid their sharp declines today?
Yeah, no, actually just kind of sitting on the sidelines and waiting for this carnage to clear out of here. Underscoring Michael's point, you may recall when the FAANG names were pushing the stock market much higher and we were all scratching our heads and looking at the valuations. And what Michael said, I think, was very important. Is those names are 1/7 of the S&P 500. So while they push them up and they start getting outsized in the multiples that we're taking a look at, when they crack, for whatever reason, multiple expansion, looking at valuations, COVID fears, political risk, you name it, when they crack, they're going to crack the entire market. And that's precisely what we're seeing here today. But to your point, to your question, Sarah, no, I'm going to sit and wait for this to wash out a little bit here. I think there's a little bit more to go on each of these names. I certainly wouldn't be getting long into an election weekend. We'll see what happens Monday, but I think it's probably more likely the end of next week where we start to dip back in.
I'm interested you say that, Keith, because a couple of days ago I saw on Twitter that you were suggesting we were oversold and that there was some good shopping to be done. So what's happened in the last 48 hours that's changed your mind on that?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm not shopping in other areas of the market. My comments were directed mostly at the tech side right now, which is driving the overall market. But when the tech names, like we saw, when they take the overall market down, then the market participants start throwing the baby out with the bathwater, as it were. And you see some other names, like look at what's happening with Home Depot today. Look at what's happening with some of the other big Dow names, which is pushing it around. You know, Apple's only a $108 stock inside of the Dow. And given that that's a price-weighted index, it's going to have some impact on where the Dow goes, but it's not the sole criminal, if you will, in today's market. So if you take a look at, like, again, Home Depot, United Healthcare, some of those other names that are good quality names and will stabilize, those are the areas where you should be doing your shopping.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.